This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on EA Sports. On deck, we've got what should be a great matchup between the Detroit Lions and the Miami Dolphins. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So I'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Coach. From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the side of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we're ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Detroit Lions. Hi, everyone. Brandon Godden, Charles Davis. Charles, you look at the Dolphins as they enter play in this one. They coming off their very first loss of the year, suffered a week ago.
Yeah, it will not be a perfect season, but I'm interested to see how they bounce back now that they know that chasing the 1972 Dolphins is out the window.
Meanwhile, for the Lions here, they come in with some fresh legs as they got the week off last week thanks to the early season bye.
And usually you hope your bye comes a little bit later in the year, but when you get a chance to get fresh legs back, you take that time and you run with it.
Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So here come the Dolphins now as they get set to take over on offense. And they'll be led out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
And I liked what his head coach told us about him this week, that no matter what happens, whether he throws 7 interceptions or 7 touchdown passes, he's the same assertive leader in the huddle on each and every play. He can throw the 7 interceptions, just blame the football, blame anything else, and still carry himself like he is the man.
It's like you, assertive in our production meetings.
Well, especially when we talk about ordering dinner, ordering
I was just going to say.
That's where I go.
A really good pickup of 28 yards.
That crossing route is so effective when you hit it just right because you get a guy on the move, and then we see the end result there.
It's a nightmare for the defense. They got a guy with a full head of steam.
Not only does he catch it, but he picks up additional yardage after it.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 47.
Here we go now.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here's Breida. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. Just a yard there, so it brings up a tough 3rd and 12. Time to feature the offensive starters, and our first chance to get a look at Parker.
Devontae Parker came out of Louisville with a guy who was known as a mature receiver. Runs routes really well, but the best part of his game, he'll jump over you at the end of a route and go get the football.
He'll drop to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 4 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the 1st down. In this case, it didn't happen.
first carry now for Adrian Peterson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. And this O-line, it is the lifeblood of the offense.
They establish the tone. Mean, nasty, physical. They can't wait to get after people. That allows the rest of the offense to feel confident.
Here we go, fellas. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line. Only a gain of a couple there. That leaves them needing about 7 here on third down. Time to roll through the starters now defensively for Miami. And they're squarely in the middle of the pack against the run this year, number 16 in the NFL.
I still crack up a little bit after we left our meeting with the defensive coordinator, because I said to you, stop me if you've heard this before. How about him saying, well, first order of business, we got to stop the run. Of course you do. He's got a good unit, but facing the #1 rushing team, they have to stop that in order to have a good performance.
Throwing on third. Gone. Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. And that's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Time to roll through the starters defensively for Detroit. It's quite a unit, #1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Pass incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Hurry up. Here we go. 3.
Back to throw here. Incomplete. This is Albert Wilson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. It's the Pro Bowler Jamie Collins that makes the stop.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between.
Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by Duron Harmon. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They go play action here on first down. And he will score. Touchdown, Miami. Short throw, pick six right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
Jason Sanders now for the extra point. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Danny Amendola on the return. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Getting set to go again here on offense. Jared Goff trots back onto the field and looking to erase his memory bank from his opening drive a moment ago that ended in a pick six for the first points of the ball game.
And in my experience, a lot of quarterbacks, after throwing a pick six, the first thing they want to do is fire another one and get those points back immediately. But what really helps you get back in sync is a good, long, methodical drive, mixing the run and the pass, tamp things down a little bit.
On second down, here's Goff. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Derek Kindred there to get a hand on that one.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the third time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. And the trick play doesn't work. Good reaction there defensively, and it'll be fourth down. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line. Now out comes their leader and the captain of this offense back onto the field. And now let's see how the young rookie bounces back. First drive and interception. How will he handle it?
And I think this is where your leaders step up for you, right? Your veteran guys put a big arm around him. All right, guy, you had one. Don't worry about it. Let's get out there and let's roll. And I'm also eager to see what the offensive coordinator is going to do. How much confidence does he have in him? Does he go safe now, or does he continue to run the full game plan?
They'll try to get forward, but he's going to be stopped in his tracks at about the 3.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coaches always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
Now let's go! Green!
They run with Breida. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. So the two sides will make the long walk to the other end of the field. The Dolphins with the early lead. And we'll be back to South Florida after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They do, however, have a tough 3rd and long coming up. And he'll take this one up to about the 6-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
As much as I praise teams for being true to who they are, in this situation, I wonder if maybe they outguessed themselves a little bit. 3rd down seemed like an obvious passing situation. They chose to run it and didn't get anywhere close to the 1st down.
Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Adrian Peterson now getting ready to go again on offense. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Here's Peterson as they begin on the ground. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 16 yards right off the bat and a 1st down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They run again on 1st down, Peterson. And he'll work this one up to about the 38. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the 2nd half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the 1st half, maybe not so much in the 2nd half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll fake the handoff. Now gone. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. Emmanuel Agba. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
3rd and long. It's gone. And he can't hang on to it. Nearly picked. He's known for his hands defensively, but instead it just brings up 4th down.
And what did we talk with them about prior to the game? Their ability to move the chains, pick up 1st downs.
Pressure comes, and the Dolphins block it. So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
In however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime and make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on 1st down for them. Brings up a nice 2nd down for them.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Now let's go.
This is Breida. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. 7 yards on the pickup there, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Partners, we well know long kickoff returns set up big-time momentum for the team with the ball. But how about the defense? They've gone on the field, understood the situation, and really have held up strong.
Set. Green.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And that's off the mark, incomplete. He was looking to get it to Allen Hurns that time. And that'll bring up second down. Down this close to the goal line, first down. Surprised that wasn't a run?
I am, and you know I'm old school. I want to run the ball on first down in this situation because second down, that gives me that option of running play action and maybe throwing it.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39.
They'll set up a throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Everson Griffin in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
When you're this close to the goal line, you got to expect pressure from the defense, so the ball's got to come out fast. Got to get out of his hands quicker.
The Dolphins on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and goal. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. We'll come back to Miami after this. A reminder, coming up at halftime, we'll send you up to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there, and he'll have stats and scores from a busy Sunday in the NFL. The offense on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. They're going to look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Everson Griffin in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
And it appears to me that someone's defensive coordinator is jockeying for a raise. A sack on 2nd and goal, a sack on 3rd and goal, now brings up a decision on 4th down.
Jason Sanders now for the Miami field goal. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. He's got to dig deep here, doesn't he? Team's losing. He's not playing well either.
And they always tell you, don't press. You'll make things a little bit worse. But in this particular situation, you try and heighten your play a little bit. So far, he's thrown 1 interception. He wants to balance that off with at least 1 touchdown pass in order to get his team back moving forward.
And his throw is incomplete. Well, you got a young quarterback. You know, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Here's Goff. And he finds Danny Amendola. And he'll be marked down deep on Miami's side of the field. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Peterson. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
And almost intercepted. Would have been a huge pick in the end zone, but as it stands, that brings up fourth.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. On fourth down, Goff. And he has his receiver. That's Jones. Lions touchdown. Marvin Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Lions have got it back to a 1-score game. Extra point good by Prater, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out comes the Dolphin offense now as they get set to take over here. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. So the two teams will head to the locker rooms here in Miami with the Dolphins on top. As we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. A lot to get to here as some of the division races starting to take shape as we look around the NFL here in week number 7. We'll start in the Meadowlands. The Jets at home to play host to visiting Minnesota. And in the second quarter, it's the Vikings who are out on top. Kirk Cousins has thrown a touchdown pass. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Lastly, let's get to the Windy City, see what's happening with the Bears at home at Soldier Field. And they currently trail in that game against the visiting Patriots. Julian Edelman, a touchdown reception. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And he's all the way up across the 40 and down at the 42-yard line. Great return.
That strong return has set them up nicely for this drive, and we all know the next score is going to have a major impact on this game.
An update from that game going on in the Meadowlands. The Vikings opening their lead up to 2 touchdowns now. Kirk Cousins with 2 first-half touchdown passes. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. The third quarter starts with a run by Peterson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Again, Peterson. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Vince Beagle, the one to bring him down. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
On the keeper, here's Goff. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. He'll wind up getting 2 there as he does it himself and picks up the first.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
They give it to Peterson. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They'll try the air now with Goff. Amendola catching it left side. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. 15 yards through the air and a first down.
The goal for any offense versus a zone defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Eventually wrangled down before reaching the 20, but a strong run. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
They've definitely established a rhythm on this drive, moving the ball quite well. And big man with football is an integral part of the whole thing.
And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Now gone. Oh, the rookie nearly had the pick. Probably should have had it. 3rd down now.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Handoff comes to Peterson. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Adrian Peterson, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are in for 6.
In as many coaches' meetings as we sit in, we hear the word finish all the time, don't we? And on that play, the back actually finished getting into the end zone, breaking the last tackle. Tried to wrap up, tried to use the proper technique, just wasn't able to get it done.
Prater for the extra point, and the lead is now 14-10. A 10-play drive that time, and it's capped off by a touchdown run by Adrian Peterson. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Dolphins now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
A gain of 6 there on first.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Now let's go.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. With a quick slant, good for 8 and a first.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Back to throw now on 1st down. Trying to lay one up deep. So they took a shot on 1st down, but couldn't connect.
What has not been the best game for him, but he definitely tried to get by with a little help from his friend there, trying to create a big play.
Couldn't do it, fell incomplete. But you're right, hasn't been a banner game here in the second half, just trying to get going.
Big thing is trying to keep confidence up and continue to fire.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just 1 target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and the Lions will take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They start the drive with Peterson. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the 3rd quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Miami. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. They run again with Peterson. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to take it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it. Here's Peterson. And he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure.
Face mask. Defense.
Boy, a tight game like this, 4th quarter, personal foul penalties, a no-no.
Yeah, we know the emotions are running high. The tensions are the same. Who can control them best could ultimately win it.
Following the penalty, it's Peterson. Down right around the 25. And, oh, this is Peterson remaining down on the ground. And apparently in some pain. We'll get an update when we come back to Hard Rock Stadium.
Here we go.
Now a first carry for the backup, Isaiah Crowell. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. They'll run it again with Crowell. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 16. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Brandon, sometimes it just comes down to the power of suggestion, because I know exactly what they said all week long. We're coming off the open week. We'll have the fresher legs in the 4th quarter, and they will wilt when we get to that point. And right now, it appears that they're thinking that exact thing.
Yeah, offensively, they had the bye last week. Defensively, did not. Is that really a big factor? Is that more talk during the week?
I think the more that you talk about it, the more that you emphasize it, the more sometimes it comes true for your team.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A first down carry now for Crowell. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover, because one more score, and this game's over. The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off down near the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
The Dolphins offense now working their way back onto the field. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again, so he's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle here to Wilson. And he'll be about a full yard shy of the 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of a defense.
The battle in the trenches never more important than right now. This is 3rd and inches. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 5 to this point. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green.
They'll look to throw. And nearly intercepted there. That would have been ball game if he had clinched it and caught it. Instead, it gives him one more chance here on 4th down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They run forward, Breida, and he will get the first down as he's up to the 20-yard line. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. Back to throw. And incomplete on the deep ball. Devontae Parker was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2-minute drills, they're tough enough, pressure-packed enough, and these elements makes it significantly tougher.
And you don't have the margin where you can say, okay, I can allow for certain things and maybe change up a little bit. Because it's a 2-minute situation, you've got to try and make the same plays you would make if the elements didn't exist.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 30.
Back to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And before they can run this 3rd down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. He'll look to throw. And some space here. Whoosh. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. He was looking for Parker that time.
And that one, oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Again, it's Crowell. Sharp move, but can't find much space. Dropped just inside the 20. The Lions on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5. Here's a give to Crowell. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
Prater now will send it away following the made field goal. This will be fielded at the 8. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32.
Here we go now. Blue landing.
He's back to throw. On the right side open is Gesicki. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for 13 and a Dolphin 1st down. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. And with just over 40 seconds now remaining, he gets up and spikes it. They'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. And they pick up the 1st down there with a gain of 4. And he did exactly what they needed him to do, Charles. Got out of bounds. They have no timeouts.
And they knew that before the play even began. Still executed it. How many times have we seen it happen where you know it, yet a guy still looking for a timeout or trying to stay in bounds? He got it done.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Now back to throw. And he can't hang on to it. That would have sealed it. Instead, 2nd down.
My man's getting a little loose with the football there, right? Interception before, almost had one here. He's got to start taking better care of it.
Yeah, really should have been back-to-back drives with interceptions. He's lucky there. Now a desperation throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Agreed, that's twice now in this 4th quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
They begin with a run by Crowell. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Trailing in the fourth, this close of a game, that's a penalty you just can't afford.
Automatic
It's an
first
absolute
down.
killer, and it's one that drives coaches and teammates insane.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Crowell. And now running right through it. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
Well, Charles, the forecast called for rain throughout the entire game, and we got rain throughout the entire game. But these two teams, they had fun getting dirty out there. They love the slop.
Did you trust the forecast ahead of time? Are you one of those guys
I'm a little
that's skeptical about it, or did you trust it?
But when I saw just a big blob of green on the radar, I said, okay, let's trust.
Yeah, and that's why I'm glad you took my advice. Got your notes laminated, because, you know, open-air booth, that rain can affect us as well, although not as much as the guys on the field. But let's face it, it's kind of fun to watch these types of games, isn't it?
It is. By the way, how impressive is it that you travel with a laminator? I didn't even know there was a portable laminator.
The things that you learn.
Golly, wise beyond his years.